Alrighty everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Chrono Trigger DS. We've got a lot of ground to cover in this episode. As you can see, now I have 5 kitties! And a crap ton of cat food. Yeah, okay, enough of the kitties whining. Would you get in there? Alright, now, a bunch of you know an epic rant. Although it's not nearly as going to be as epic as I thought it was going to be. Coming in this episode! I apologize if this episode goes long because we have a lot of ground to cover in this one. Now, for those of you who know what's coming, I very much invite you to give your own takes on what I'm about to say here and what you think of things. The only thing I'm going to say is, though, no spoilers. You can discuss anything that has come up between the first episode and this, but nothing that is going to be revealed later on in the game. Yes, that's the one I want. So, keep that in mind there. Now, if you remember our quest... I'm sorry, I'm in a loss for words right now. Basically, our goal is, in this game, as you know, we're trying to change the future by defeating Lavos, who apparently is going to destroy the world. Eventually. And we've been told that supposedly Magus is the one who created him back in 600 AD here. Or somewhere around there. Now obviously, if you actually look back, the game has been leading up to this plot point throughout the entire game of kicking Magus's ass. You actually first hinted at the war, which which has been slowly building upon us ever since the second episode. Remember, somebody said, 400 years ago, there was a war and, they almost lost and whatnot. Yeah, so for the most part, they've been done a pretty good job building this up here. And it is by far not over yet. I mean, we still have a lot of ground to cover before we actually, tackle Magus on, but they've done a mostly pretty good job building this up. But of course, they could have done a lot better, as you will soon see. So we have the Masamune. Let's show it the frog. And oh my god, it's bigger than he is. Frog, it's for you, man. I'm sorry, I had to do that. So this is Cyrus, who everyone's been babbling on about. Yeah, it's taken us how many hours in the game to actually see him? And even though it's never, I don't think it's ever explicitly stated in the game, but he's captain of the guard pretty much, so. Who's this dude here? Does anyone else think Queen of the Cyrus, Queen of the Cyrus have anything? I can't freaking talk today, oh my god! But yeah, does anyone else think Cyrus and Queen Lead have anything going on here? What the hell? So, you never find out who that random chick sitting there in that Frog King scene is, by the way. It's just completely random. Unless he was some hostage of she was some hostage of the Frog King or something like that. Don't you hate it when the screen goes dark and you can't see what the hell's going on? Uh-oh. Well, there's Ozzy. And who's that dashing fellow with the flowing hair and cape, huh? And of course, as if there was any other person it could be, this is Magus right here. The badass. Yeah. Holy shit! Dude! What the hell? Oh my god, Megas, you're a jerk! Oh my god! And he's like, bring it, man. Alright, what's happening now? What's going on? He just fell off the cliff! Well, as you know, in video games, that surely means he survived if we don't see the body. And now the sword is moved on the floor! Or has it? Or Frog? His frog just moved around. I don't know. And Mars, like, crumped over in the chair. And Frog contemplates what's going on here. Oh yeah, you know what that music means, man. Hell yes! Alright, so now we have Frog in our party. We're gonna keep Marl. For the time being. Alright, enough of that. But yeah, like before, you have to take Frog with you. And avoid all these guys. Alright. Now there's something else we're gonna do right now, because it's gonna aid my little rant here. Let's go to the magic cave here. Which is the way to get into Magus' Keep, as we've been told. But obviously, it's completely blocked off. What? They're just going around in a circle? I mean, they're kids having fun. Let them. Oh, we get to see Cyrus and Glenn as little children. Oh. He's not a man. He's like an 8-year-old in this scene. Let him be a kid, for crying out loud. Jeez. Oh. What a nice little kid. Overlooking the view at Xenon Bridge. Yeah, you never learn the name of the river or anything like that. Because he's a softie. That's why. A nice shot there. No! Now I'm flashing all sorts of colors and spinning around dramatically, but I haven't fallen off the cliff yet, even though I clearly already did. Ooh. This effect goes on far too long. It's effective, but it's too long. I don't need to see the 10 seconds of the hero's badge floating down the waterfall. 3 would have been nice. Chrono's like, no, you're gonna pull it from the ground, bitch. I'm not just gonna give it to you. And here, as if you didn't already figured it out, yes, Glenn got turned into a frog by Magus. And this has been him all along. Yes! Holy crap, that is awesome. Damn. And he just cuts it clean in two. Nice. I'm sorry, I just love that scene. And now we get to see the original version of it. Which is pretty much the same thing. But it's still cool, so we're gonna watch it again anyway. Now granted, I played the DS version before I played the SNES version, although I did see a Let's Play of the SNES version first. And this blew my socks off when I saw this scene the first time. That is just so friggin' awesome. But first, we have something else we need to do first. Now, if you actually look at your equipment, now Frog is going to have the Masamune automatically equipped. You cannot equip it before that cutscene. It just will not show up on the menu here. But one thing we can equip as soon as we get him back in the party, which is kind of pointless to do it beforehand, is to give him the Hero's Badge, which updates which ups the critical hit rate of the Masamune. Without it, it's about 25-ish%. The Hero's Badge is going to update it to about 50-ish. So yeah, it's definitely good to have. And get robust text on here. If you notice, we don't have... Notice how everyone else, you know, you have points to the next tech. Frog doesn't have that yet. And the reason is, like before, he actually has to learn magic from Specchio before he can have any techniques open to him. So we gotta do that first. Alright. We're like almost 13 minutes into the video here. And now we can finally start the epic rant here. Like I said, for the most part, they've done a pretty good job of building out the plot to this point. But there's still a hole you can drive a semi through. Seriously. So obviously I'm going to be talking through battles and everything here. Now, first off, where did this legend of the Hero's Badge and the Masamune being able to slay Magus come from? It comes from out of nowhere. It's like, what, you know... How does anybody know this and whatnot? How do we even know it's gonna work? Well, the one theory I have, which obviously is never explained in game, but one thing I have thought of is possibly, obviously the Masamune has been at the top of the Denana Mountains there for a while, and some, you know, big shot soldier of the past, you know, went up there, found it one day, challenged Masa and Mune and got his ass handed to him. But of course, seeing the power the sword had, you know, was like, hey! Yay, now Frog learns magic. No, we already kicked your ass, so we don't need to. So yeah, that was easy, wasn't it? I'm sorry I just glossed over that dialogue, but it's not important. No, it's this one right here. I can never remember the portals here. So anyway, I'm guessing, you know, after this, you know, again, this is all speculation, you know, after he got back, you know, told everyone of this, you know, this majorly powerful sword. And when time came, you know, went later, and obviously Magus and crew became a threat and whatnot, they say, hey, wait a second, isn't there this legend, you know, this powerful sword that was once up there? You know, maybe, you know, because obviously they're not winning the war, as you can find out. Xenon Bridge was their last defense, and if it wasn't for us, you know... Ooh, yay! And now we get more dual text. You know, like I said, Xenon Bridge was the last defense there, so the Mystic, you know, well, the Fiends, I should say, you know, could have easily won the war. So, like, you know, like I said, I'm guessing that, you know, they just figured, you know, knowing the legend of the sword's power, I'm guessing probably some time had passed between this guy who's, I'm just pulling out of my ass here, you know, knew about the sword, and whatever. So, I mean, it makes a bunch, you know, a little bit amount of sense. The other question is, how did it get up there in the first place? And how long has it been there? Or even better yet, how did it become broken? And an even better question is, how did Frog obtain the hilt of this thing? Now, of course, Masa and Mune, when you battle them, would suggest that Cyrus did make it up all the way to the mountain, and that... Oh, these guys can only power my magic. See, this is what happens when I'm talking and not paying attention. That, you know, they would suggest he did make it all the way up there and possibly obtain the sword. And obviously, they got interrupted on their way back down by Magus and crew, and yeah. But the question is, was it broken before or afterward? Because if indeed, you know, Cyrus made it all the way up here, that would explain why Frog has the hilt. Because obviously, being, you know, Cyrus's squire or best friend or whatever, that would explain why he had it. But the question is, like I said, I mean, obviously Frog does. There's a little bat that's following us. You see that? Oh, another shiny box. Alright, this bat is creeping me out. So yeah, you never find out how it's been broken or how long it's been broken, or, you know, or even better yet, if they initially had the sword, because as the cutscene with Magus would suggest, you know, in that flashback where Melon is turned into a frog, whatever sword Cyrus had, you know, is knocked off or busted or whatever. Was that the Masamune or was it not? You never find out. Because for all we know, the sword could have been, you know, assuming Cyrus, you know, did in fact make it up there, even though the cutscene might suggest that they were interrupted on the way up, but I'm thinking it's more likely they were possibly interrupted on the way down. You know, they ended up finding the Masamune at the top of the Nanara Mountains, finding it broken possibly, and then just saying, screw it. You know, it's like, you know, there's like never any confirmation either way of any of this or anything like that, which really annoys me because you can't figure out what happened, you know, when and everything like that. And the other thing is, though, if you notice, Frog mentioned it's been 10 years. People were still like, oh my god, where the hell is Sir Cyrus? It's been a damn decade. Why are they still wondering where he is? I mean, granted, Frog probably never told anybody, you know, that he was really Clan. Because nobody seems to know that, with the exception of possibly Queen Lane. She might be aware, and honestly, I think she is. Given, you know, how she, you know, what very few cutscenes we've seen with her, you know, obviously, she is well aware who, you know, she does display the same amount of kindness to Frog as she did to Glenn, you know, in that cutscene flashback from 10 years ago. So I think possibly she knows. And my theory is she does indeed. But no one else does. Notice how everyone's like, Cyrus, Cyrus, Cyrus! The man's been dead for 10 years. And while they may not be fully aware he's dead, because like I said, Frog probably didn't tell anybody what the hell really happened out of embarrassment and whatnot, because I'd be freaking embarrassed to be turned into a frog too. But wouldn't you think after 10 years of not seeing him, that seems to suggest he's either A, dead, B, a prisoner, C, has amnesia, or D, has turned chicken and fled. Neither of which are like, you know, which suggests, you know, he's gonna be there to defend the kingdom, so people are idiots. But if you notice, nobody gives a shit about Glenn. Nobody gives a shit about what happened to Glenn. Nobody! Because like I said, it would suggest, with the exception of Lean, that they have no idea he's really Frog. Because every time someone speaks about Frog, they're like, you know, this froggish guy or whatever, so they never call him by his name, so I'm on the opinion they don't even know at all. But like I said, nobody gives a crap about him, the poor little guy. It's like, no wonder he had that bout of pity when we had to intervene to help save Lane. It's like, jeez, poor guy. Ooh, dead body! Stand by me, no jutsu! No, I'm just kidding. Keep that in mind, guys. So now we're at the other end of the, you know, the magic cave here. That's the peninsula. Further, slightly southwest of there is where we came in. So, the Fiend Lord's Keep. Ooh, we're gonna start this really quick because I still have more ranting to do. So like I said, why are they still looking for Cyrus? I mean, it's been 10... That just blows my mind. It's been 10 years. I mean, does anyone who plays for the original Japanese, is it less time in the Japanese version or something like that? Because that's the only sense I could make of is if, more time has passed in the English translations. Because if it's only been, like, a short amount of time, possibly the Japanese, again, I'm just massively speculating here, it might make sense why they're still wondering, they're wondering if Cyrus is going to show up. But 10 years is too damn long. Seriously, man. Was that epic or not? And this little bat thing is still following us around. Treasure. Give me treasure. Alright, this is getting really creepy here. Hey! Now, speaking of Queen Lane, does anyone else think of, actually, you don't need to talk to these people, you'll actually find out. If you walk too far, they'll address you, I think. Yay! We already visited your house like half an hour ago. Yeah, see, I didn't even talk to her that time. But does anyone else think there's no one in this room? That possibly between Lean, Cyrus, and Glenn, there is something going on. They're way, way too friendly together. And nothing ever is said or comes of it or anything like that. Like, is there a relationship? Were they friends as kids or something like that? Or are they even, like, blood related or anything like that? I don't know. I am shocked I have not seen the Rule 34 of the three of them together. And yes, I have looked. And I don't care if you think that makes me a perv. Everyone has seen and looked for Rule 34 art. Or fiction. Admit it, you have. It's just hysterical. Why is this bat still following me? This is creepy! Ooh! Sword on the wall. I want it. Give it. Give it. Damn. So, we've gone everywhere we can in the castle. There's no other ways to go. What's going on here? And what's with these people who bear likenesses to the people we know? Ooh. Save point. That wasn't there before. There's something really creepy going on here, guys. Oh, crap. And he's floating in midair. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Uh-oh, guys. We're in for the fight of our lives here, aren't we? I think we are. We're gonna do that next time.